Well, ladies and gentlemen, let the insanity begin. Donald Trump's tax returns have been released, and now we are all going to be poring over them like the wannabe accountants that we all are. When COVID hit, we all became epidemiologists on Twitter, and now we will all be tax accountants and tax attorneys, of course. No, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but much anticipated. I mean, listen, it took years to get these things, so we are sure as hell going to be taking advantage of looking at these. The New York Times reporting Trump tax returns released by House Democrats. The publication of former President Trump's private tax documents come amid questions about why did the IRS fail to fully audit him during his presidency, despite his claims, which we call lies. I call untrue claims lies, particularly when you know they're untrue, that he was under audit. I encourage you to check out the entire New York Times article. As we speak, the documents are being analyzed. Now, there's a good CBS News piece about what is it that tax professionals are looking for. What do the returns actually show about his finances is one question. And this comes to how wealthy is he? What assets does he have? What asset values does he claim? Is there evidence of tax fraud and all of the other things that we have been talking about? What do the tax returns show about the amount of tax that he pays? That piece we had a report on from the House Ways and Means Committee based on the underlying documents. Now we're getting the underlying documents. We know he paid very, very little in taxes, claimed losses some years, paid zero some years, got a refund some years. So that's going to be a big area of focus. How much money has Trump actually made, including from being famous? That's a question that will potentially be answered by the tax returns. How charitable is Donald Trump? And then some of these, I don't think these are really the questions, like how lucrative is it to be a real estate developer? It's more like, how sketchy are Trump's sources of financing? I think that those are far, far, far more interesting questions. CNN has an early report on what is in there. And of course, the one piece we learned right away, Donald Trump pays very little in federal taxes, despite the fact that we know that he continued to enrich himself while he was president of the United States. CNN writing, the returns long shrouded in secrecy were released today by the House Ways and Means Committee. They confirm a report from the Joint Committee on Taxation that Trump claimed large losses before and throughout his presidency that he carried forward to reduce or partially eliminate his tax burden. For example, in 2015, he carried forward a $105 million loss, and in 2016, a $73 million loss. CNN is reviewing the thousands of pages of these tax returns. I think by early next week, of course, if not later today, we are going to have far more detailed information about what is in these tax returns. Also interesting, this paragraph here, included with the committee's report was an analysis of the numbers from each of the 6 Trump tax returns by the nonpartisan Joint Committee on Taxation. Remember, they found that Trump paid $750 in tax in 2017, nothing in 2020, and a combined $1.1 million in federal income taxes in 2018 and 2019. Trump regularly claimed huge operating losses, which you are allowed to carry forward. So the big takeaways, the big questions, in no particular order. What will we learn from the tax returns about Trump's wealth, about Trump's debts, about Trump's possible tax fraud? Question number 1. Question number 2, is Trump nearly as wealthy as he claims to be? I think we know the answer is no. What sorts of sketchy lending and debt sources does Donald Trump have that may have even been a conflict of interest while he was president of the United States? Will this play a role in the subsequent possible indictments coming against Donald Trump? And will anybody who would even consider voting for Donald Trump in 2024 even care about what's in there? I believe Trump was correct when he said he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and not lose support. If he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and not lose support, is he going to lose support because of some light tax fraud or because he lied about his wealth? I don't think so. And so it's been a long fought battle. It's a matter of principle, I believe, at this point, where every other president has released their tax returns other than Donald Trump. But will this actually have consequences? I find it really, really difficult to believe that it will. The next question is, does it even matter if Trump is destined to fail as the potential Republican presidential nominee? That's what I want to talk about next. Our sponsor, Real Paper, makes toilet paper 100% from bamboo, never from trees, meaning no deforestation. Sustainability and climate change can be a tricky topic for people of all ages. It can be particularly challenging to talk about with kids. And Real Paper recently launched the Little Lemurs box, a 24-pack of their bamboo toilet paper with a beautifully illustrated kids book that tells an exciting story of sustainability. The box is designed to spark creativity in kids, create an opportunity to talk about deforestation, plastic pollution in a way that's light and easy. And with the holidays here, the book makes a great gift for a little one on your list. Real Paper's Little Lemurs box and all of the other products are available in easy, hassle-free subscriptions or just simple one-time purchases on their website. All orders are conveniently delivered to your door with free shipping in, this is the best part, 100% recyclable, plastic-free packaging. Go to realpaper.com/lemur and sign up for a subscription using code PACMAN at checkout to get 30% off your first order and free shipping. The link is down below.